but like I just think the chick took the dive. I really do. I still believe, but I chalk it to the game. I'm like, that's why I don't like main events. I swear I don't like main events. Only main event I'm touching is John. Next. I'm touching.
Hey, yo, so why that line ain't moving like big
Bro,
tonight?
even if I lose, I'm hammering John. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
Even if I lose, all the shit I talk, I'm just telling you, I'm hammering John on God because fuck it. That's not a
That
lot for
shit
me to
ain't
hammer.
moving though.
It's a
That shit
couple
ain't
hundred
moving.
it is
bucks.
moving, bro. That line was like, all right. So basically, what they do is they release the future. So the future was John. John was at 200. So like he always was 200, negative 200. But then there was people that was betting gone. So then like when they released it, they released what it got bet to. So it was one negative 160 with the gone. So then now it's like, nope, give me John. And now John's 160. That's what happened. Like because
Okay. I forgot he was
yeah,
And
on
he
there.
was down to 135 at one point. Like,
yeah, he moving back up now to his original line, really, because most people think about it. They value boys too. Oh, I got Don at plus, money. John is haven't been fighting recently. And then you
fuck
see
that.
John at plus money. It's like, what?
Yeah, fuck that. Bro, so you said something earlier that hit with like my philosophy, and I don't go hunt for certain things like you do, but I see them when I'm sometimes and shit, and like when I see opening lines, bro, those are the lines, and I will say this, bro, I will die on the stake for this, bro. The bookies win, so when you see their original lines getting challenged greatly, bro, you should look at that. When you see their lines getting chopped down, like they don't have to give them like that no more. Like, oh, people are dumb enough to take it this low. Oh, people are dumb enough to take it this low. Oh, people, and that's exactly what happened. Like he just said, it went from 200 to 160 when they opened it on other books. Like, oh, we don't have to give it at 200. These motherfuckers dumb enough to get it to 160. So, like, bro, when the books, when the books told you he's a 2-1 favorite, you motherfuckers can bitch at us John Jones marks and us we love them and all this and all that, bro. They told the bookies, the best guys in the world, on the standard that they win more than fucking anybody, told you out the gate this dude is 2-1. He's been off for 3 years. He's moving up a weight class. This other guy was all the hype until John Jones showed up in that heavyweight division, bro. They're telling you John is still a 2-1 favorite, and that's real, bro. I think it should have been minus 250. That's my honest to God. Maybe minus 275, bro. That's my honest to God.
Man,
That's what happened.
hell no.
But that's what happened with Francis too, because really Francis was the negative 200 against Gon, and everybody bet Gon, and so then he becomes the favorite, and then bam, of course, the rest is history. But I mean, I know, baby, want go ahead, man, make your statement. We talking about this fight. We love this fight, man. What you got to say, bro? Like, what you?
I was just gonna say, wasn't Jessica Andrade was a 2-1 favorite?
Nah, but she was a negative 190. But the difference is she took a dive, and everybody was like, they knew she took a dive. Like, I'm just being real, brother. Line movement was like that was some cross type shit. Like, it was some James Cross type shit, bro. Like, it was like, yo, money, 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 cool. And Andrade's taking a dive.
I
Some
mean,
James Cross.
anyways,
No,
I
fuck
mean,
that. I play the other side of that coin and just be honest and say, just cause so she lost, and anybody can lose, and upsets happen. She was a 2-1 favorite, bro. Go watch the fucking tape. Really, I'm not being a smart ass. I'm not like being a dick. I watched the tape, bro. Go watch the tape. Like,
and I watched the tape with Gunn. He about to beat that ass on Jones, big dog.
but okay, so I'm not, baby. I'm not trying to say you wrong. What I'm saying to you is on what, like, where is it gonna happen? Not like tell me, is he gonna like what he gonna
You,
do?
you asked me
What
what
is
he's gonna do.
yeah? What
That's a good question. I love it. What is he gonna do?
I mean, I just feel like
John's gonna stand there
Jones
and
ain't
say,
got
"Come
the.
to me, bitch," because I win on the cards because I'm John fucking Jones, and I'm not being a smartass. John is gonna stand there because he knows if we just stand here, I'm John Jones, I win. Call it bias, call it whatever you want. So it is going to be a fight where Gon has to do something. What is he gonna do that Dominic Reyes didn't do?
Okay, okay. All right. So Wes, he made a point. Like I ain't gonna lie though, I kept it real with everybody that grew up on seeing John Jones reign and shit. I kept it real. I got an MMA lady shit. But Wes mentioned something like, cause I noticed like from watching his fights from 2010 and between 2015, then I watched his older his newer fights like around like what 2019 or whatever. You could see the decline and shit. But Wes mentioned saying like that's how he fights and shit. Like he I guess he said what you say Wes, like he didn't take those fights serious or like he
Yeah, because
underestimated.
it's like he's the type where, all right, like if John fighting a power puncher, right? Like when he fought OSP and he know OSP want to counter him, John not going to sit here and be aggressive to try to finish a guy like that. Like he just going to chill. It's going to point fight. It's going to be like a boring type fight. So like even when he fought Santos, he like, all right, he could wrestle him. He definitely could wrestle him. He don't want to. He like, well, I'm just going to beat you at your fight, but I'm going to chill on the outside. That's all I'm going to do. Like that's why even when he hurt his knee, he could have took him down. Like, why would I take him down? And so after he won the fight, what he say? He said, yo, I just beat Santos, a kickboxer at their own game. That's the type. And then some fights, yeah, like his mentality is he's not that up for the fight. But think about like when he fought Gus again, right? He beat the fuck out of Gus because he knew, like, all right, I had a close fight with you before. I want to crush you now. When he fought DC again, like he said, okay, I'm gonna finish you. Like, and then he goes and he fights these guys, and guess what? Then he ends up fighting Reyes, and it's like he kept saying it in the interviews. He's like, well, you're just an athlete. He's like, what are you going to do to beat me, Dominic Reyes? That's what he kept saying. He said, you're just an athlete.
Okay, so I say let's say I didn't know that. So I didn't. Well, I actually didn't know that. So of course I'm gonna go with Gane and shit because in my head I'm thinking, oh, this dude declining. I don't know how John Joe moves, how he
So,
think.
so, so, I don't mean to cut you off, baby, and I will not go on a deep rant. Give me my 90 seconds, bro. It's not decline, it's evolution, and that
Bro, I
makes
seen decline, bro.
Bro,
Like, how's
listen to
that
me. Every
evolution?
single time John Jones fights, he trains the way he changes the way heavyweights and light heavyweights train in every gym around the planet, bro. Every fucking time he fights. It's always happened. It's always happened. So what happened? I said this back. This is I think when West started fucking with me, bro. I said this way back in the day, bro. So what eventually happened is the same shit that happened to Michael Jordan, bro. Kobe Bryant existed because Michael Jordan existed. Kobe Bryant existed because he spent his whole childhood and early years trying to be Michael Jordan. So when he was able to step on that court with Michael Jordan, Michael understood, all right, you've trained for this your whole life. All right, you're here because of me. And Michael, age caught him and he retired, and it was what it was. John was still young. And John said, so here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to engage you anymore. Now you're going to chase greatness. Now I'm not going to come do the things that you've watched me do for 15, 17 fights in fucking 10 years. We're not going to do none of that no more. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm going to stand here and you're going to come chase greatness. And he's done it very well. Watch Anthony Smith interview right after their fight. And he says, man, you can't get going. He just hits you. He pitter pats you. Every time you try to move your leg, he hits it. Every time you try to move your hands, he swats it. He never lets you get going at all. Dominic Reyes said the same shit, bro. Like he has evolved. It's not that he's devolved. Like, and now I'm gonna take my other 90 seconds because I want to tell Wes. Wes, that was solidified. I will find the interview for you. John Jones just did an interview and said the reason I left heavyweight is because or light heavyweight is because I was uninspired. Because what do I want to do? Fight guys like Dominic Reyes that have spent at least the last 10 years doing nothing but training to fight me? Like, no, that's boring. That's not inspiring. All you guys want to do is just fight me. It's not about anything else. That's not inspiring to me. I want to go up. Like, even John's seen it, bro. Like, these guys have trained their whole life to come in here and try to just figure out how to counteract what I do. Bro, it's not he is evolving. He is evolving.
All right, well, I didn't like I said I didn't know that, but of course from what I seen, of course I'm gonna roll with Gun. I just don't think John John ain't got the explosiveness as Francis does to exploit what Francis did to Gane. That's just my opinion, but I guess we gonna find out because I'm like y'all talking about John Jones. He gonna come with it, so we're gonna see. But from what I seen a decline, but y'all say otherwise. But we'll see.
So
Maybe
This
I'm
even
my
in
if you
thing
had
decline.
though,
though.
bro,
Like,
he's got real good takedowns, baby. Like he's got great takedowns. I mean, and you got to I know everybody's feeling like Gon is huge, right? What's Gon gonna walk at? Like 248? Bro, a lot of them light heavyweights weighed in at 230. I mean, I know
They
it's
don't
still
cut the
50.
heavyweights don't cut the 205 though. That's a big difference.
Yeah, but I'm saying as far as feeling bodies and hitting people at that weight, bro, and feeling that weight coming back at him, it's not like it was a fucking 50-pound deficit from where
But
Gon's
cutting
at,
weight
bro.
and rehydrating back up is different from heavyweights. From they don't go that low, bro. They, you know what I'm saying? They stay heavy. Like it's different.
I mean, this my thing though, right? Like, cause I feel like everybody always want to see finishes or whatever. Like, for instance, he beat the fuck out of Anthony Smith too in that time. I almost forgot he fought Anthony Smith. So how did he like decline if he dominated Smith, for instance? Like he crushed those guys. You know, like Gus didn't have bad takedown defense at that point when he crushed Gus. He crushed him. He crushed Gus' soul. Like, think about it. Gus didn't show any decline until after he crushed him. I mean, he crushed his dreams, man. It's like, wow, like I
I
sat
want
here, man.
at
Yeah.
West, I don't want to overhammer it, bro. I've literally went through his career, bro. People are different after he fights them. It's like a curse. I'm
But
not even
y'all made
saying
it
he
seem like
kills them.
he y'all made it seem like he fucked up what's his name? Santos knee. Bro, he did that on his own.
No, nobody said that, bro. I'm saying that, like, he didn't decline. Like, it's like, all right, like, cause like I feel like you skipping over like these dominant fights. Like, he dominated Anthony Smith, he dominated Gus, he knocked out DC, he dominated DC, really, if we being real. Like, I think that people are biased, so they'll claim DC was winning. It's no way in hell. He was not winning that fight. John won every round and he set him up for the head kick. He knew, oh, I got him. And that's like, I mean, every step of the way he was setting up for that head kick. So it's like,
But y'all said he every fight is I get it that some of these fights is not the same after John Jones after they fought John Jones, but Santos that's a different story. He fucked up his own knee, not
no,
because John.
like I'm saying, like, man, like, all right, in Gus's situation, right? Gus sat here his whole career after that, right? After they fought that first fight, it's like, man, I can get that back. I just want that back. He wanted that back, and rightfully so. That first fight is a classic. Like, that's a classic. You could argue, say Gus won that fight. I'm fair. Like, I think it could be argued, but granted, like Gus's problem in those later rounds, he had the same problem with DC. Like, it's when he needed to bite down on the mouthpiece and still kind of bring it in the later rounds. Like, these guys would take it away from him. DC did the same thing. So with that being said, damn, I want to fight Jones again. Then he fights John again. And what did John do? And the person could say it was the Picos. I have no problem with that. John sits here, takes him down and mauls him and beats him easily. So then it's like Gus hasn't, I mean, his soul was crushed. You look at Reyes, right? Reyes sits here. He keeps talking about how much he's an athlete and this and that. And, you know, oh man, I can beat you, John. He loses the fight. What has he done after? It's crushed. He's not the same. He doesn't even like to get hit. It's crushed, man. His ego's crushed. So I mean, like DC's the only one that survived, but his ego is still technically crushed.
He
He'll
had to
never let down.
cry on camera to survive, West.
Right. Like DC is like, even to this day, when he had the interview with Ryan Clark, like he was just like, man, you know, I mean, to this, I'm just like, why did he have? I feel like he took this away from me. It's like he's got to try to find excuses and everything. Even Rumble Johnson, rest his soul, even said, "Y'all can say what y'all want about John, but that head kick, man, that's not about any PEDs." He was like, "Man, that was well placed. That was strategic." So it's
Yeah,
like,
not to mention we've seen DC's test that before, bro. Fuck that. DC used to cheat too.
of course, it's Mr. Olympian. Like, what Olympian freaking doesn't? You know, like, I mean, I just, I just feel like people discredit John. That's my opinion. I'm a fan of Gon. Like Gon is literally my second favorite fighter. But in my personal opinion, John, and a person might say he ducked Ngannou fine, cool. I think John is like strategical, man. Like I think he's strategical, and I think that he said, "Cool, I'm gonna chill, take these 3 years, get my body right." I think he was trying to get his body right for Ngannou. Like I was scared for him to fight Ngannou because I said, "Man, Ngannou can crack him," and he not used to being a heavyweight. I genuinely felt that way. Like, but against Gane, it's like, what is there to be afraid of? Like Gane just want to try to go ahead and point fight him. Cool. John been fighting people like that his whole career. Like, so, I mean, I just don't see it, man.
And I'm surprised. I wanted to go look because I'm like, nah, bro, John takes everybody down. Bro, in 22 fights, there are only 3 fights John Jones hasn't taken somebody down, bro. And one of them was the DC fight, and he took him down 3 times in the fight before that. So that's null and void. He just wanted to beat DC's ass, bro. Man, yeah, I just don't see it.
You don't think he's taking Gane down at all?
Nah,
that's crazy, baby. Wow. That's fucking crazy.
Okay,
that's
interesting.
He's not explosive enough to take him down. Like
no, bro. So Floyd ain't explosive enough neither, but he's a tactician, bro. John Jones is an elite level grappler, bro. Like I don't know what you think. Like he's fucking elite, bro. He took DC down 3 times in one fight in DC's prime, bro.
Bro, baby's watching Michael Jordan in a Wizards jersey. He's like, "Yeah, man, this guy's overrated, man. I don't know about this dude."
Like, let me ask you this though. I want to ask you this. I want to ask you this though. All right, who has trained been at fight ready with Cejudo, right? Like in these championship fights and all that, and has not got a takedown in these big time fights? Who?
I was gonna say Wade Lee, but was it Wade Lee?
No, it wasn't. That's why it's nobody. Like at the end of the day, these guys go to fight ready. He teaches them how to wrestle and all that, and they get takedowns and how to go ahead and scramble and all that. That's what he do. I mean, that's what to see Cejudo's credit. He's a fantastic trainer. Even
Zombie, it was Zombie.
Nah, he even trained the chick that beat Dern, right?
He got Zombie though. He do got Zombie. My bad. So Zombie the only one. Yeah, Zombie is a fair. Zombie is a fair. Matter of fact, no, because Zombie was wrestling the hell out of Ige. So no, he wrestled the hell out of Ige.
But I'm talking about when he was fighting Volk.
So all right, so he wrestled I think when he was for Ige, he was at fight ready. He wrestled Ige. And you're right, couldn't get Volk down. Well, Volk's better. Like, it is what it is. He couldn't get Volk down. But, like, I mean, like, these guys, they're ready for these fights. Like, I mean, even Saldana's bum ass started getting He got a takedown on Bruno Silva and everything. I'm at fight ready now. Bet I can take a guy down. Like, and
not to mention that John Jones and Cejudo love to use that same fucking inside trip takedown. It's like John already had a fucking arsenal of different takedowns that he can go to. Now it's just learning how to fucking chain them, get them together, making sure that they all work together over there.
That's what he need. That's what he gonna need to do is chain wrestle Gane. That's the only way, but I don't know. I don't see it, but yeah, go ahead.
Like he could also poke him in the fucking eye.
So like basically, all right, like you think basically Gane is gonna like.
I'll bet it that he will.
Like. And that's the thing about John too, though. Like, and we're not hyping this though. Like, so I mean, I respect it, but like, he's a ruthless mofo. He's ruthless.
He's a dirty motherfucker, Wes. That's why I love him. He'll fish hook you. He'll eye poke you. He'll kick you in the dick. He don't care, bro.
I love that shit, man. Like, Rumble. I saw the interview with my boy. Damn, man, what's his name, man? He's still mad about this. Rampage, there it is. Rampage was like, man, John, the dirtiest fighter in the game. Like,
I seen that shit, bro. Yeah. He still will tell you that shit.
Still mad about that shit, bro. My thing is, I love that shit because guess what? They fighting for survival. And at the end of the day, I got money on you. You're fighting for my money. You know what to do. Like, you look at when Gane fought Ngannou. Like, all he had to do was kick the damn knees. That's all he had to do. And guess what? What did Fernand tell him to do? Fernand said, don't do it. He said this in an interview. He said, Fernand said, don't do it. It's a trap. What the fuck? How's it a trap to not kick him in the knees? Like, I mean, if John was in that same position He's taking his knees out. He's injuring him, and he's getting the belts. That's what you're supposed to do. Fuck
John
Billy.
fucking biting on them
Listen,
damn
if
knees.
John Jones, listen to
Yeah.
me. If John Jones could pull out a Swiss Army knife and nobody see it and stab someone in the femur 3 times in the middle of a fight, I swear to God he would, bro. He wouldn't even give a fuck. He's dirty. I love
He'll
him for
do
that
it.
shit.
He'll do it. And then if you look at Cejudo in the interview, and they know they targeting God. Like I think he said, man, yeah, you're gonna go ahead and rag it all on like a bitch. Like they know this. They know, like, man, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna get him down. And I'm gonna suck like that's
God, if John fought Bisping and knew he had one good eye, he would have only swung at the one eye, bro. Like he's that dirty, bro. He's that dirty.
Man,
He
y'all
would have
think
head
John
kicked
Jones will
at
do
that
all
eye.
that?
He'd have elbowed it. He'd have been like, I'm going to blind this motherfucker and beat him. All John cares about is that win, bro. He got 2 football brothers, bro. Like, what you think these motherfuckers do? They win. That's all they care about. Win.
That's all they
He's
do.
the fucking run of the litter.
I just think at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, I think he's pulling a Bisping, right? Like, because Bisping, that was grimy, right? Like, he was supposed to go ahead and fight Whitaker after he beat Bisping. That's what GSP was supposed to do. So GSP, he said, cool, let me go ahead and get in here, get Bisping, because Bisping is a good matchup for me. He gets the belt, then he doesn't fight Rob. To me, John is like laying out 2 steps ahead. I think he's like, cool, I'll take Gane. I know as soon, think about it. As
Bro, he's
soon
fighting
as,
Stipe.
yeah, exactly. So really think about this strategically. As soon as the guy who basically had his fallout, whatever, John, like, yeah, my body good enough to beat Gane. That's basically what he's saying. Like, I'm heavy enough to beat Gane. I'm good. Sign it up. Let's get it. Like, I mean, like a person could say he was ducking. I'm fine with that. But that's what he did. He knows it. That's the best fight for him. And then he's like, cool, I'm gonna take
I
Stipe.
100% agree, bro. He was like, oh, that one? Yeah, I got that one. No problem.
I got
Bro,
that.
dude's legs too skinny, bro. Like y'all don't want to talk about
Yeah,
that.
you tripping, bro. Like I really. I mean,
Did you
All
really
right,
just
so
do
we're
that
gonna
skinny leg
transition
stuff?
because we're about to
Wow,
hammer this
bro,
fight.
come on.
Listen,
Bro, you
we're
can't
about
go
to hammer
heavyweight with
this
Hey,
skinny
fight.
Joe.
legs.
Joe,
What you got, Cade?
I want you to bring up my guy Dylan, Cane Town Raider. That is Terrence's stepbrother.
Oh, that's
Terrence
awesome.
McKinney's stepbrother. I tried to get him on tonight, but things came up. But he wants to introduce himself. We're gonna try to get him in here as soon as possible.
I sent him an invite to speak. Listen, here's what. So I want to transition out of the John Jones thing because we've been killing it. And Wes had mentioned that John strategically placed himself into the division. I'm gonna let Cade introduce his guest, but first I want to say this to Wes. So I found this out this week, and my jaw was a little dropped, bro. So do you feel like you could name 15 heavyweights in the UFC that questionably should not be in the UFC?
Hell yeah.
Do you think so? Do you think, and I'm not being funny, I'm not baiting you, do you think you could name 18 that could get dropped without hurting the reputation of the division at all?
Wow. So 18 that can get dropped without hurting the division though. So you saying, yeah.
Just hurting like the high level competition. Could you drop 18 fighters and still have all the high level guys in the UFC, do you think?
Yeah, I believe so. Because you got
what you just told me is you could drop more than half of the division. Tanner Boser dropped to light heavyweight. There are 35 heavyweights left in the UFC. With John Jones going
outside of the top 15, who can you name anyways, bro? I mean,
that's my point. And I'm not, I try to be respectful. We always do. I'm not trying to dog these men out by the masses.
Oh no, I've
bro.
been saying for the longest time, heavyweight division has been a dead division for a while.
Juan Espino versus the world.
Nobody in this room is contesting that you could. I'm not saying you should, but you could drop 18 of them right now and still keep all of the elite talent. Nobody is arguing that, bro. 18 of them. There's only 35.
There's
Like
only like
You're
6 elite
talking
guys
about
at
which
heavyweight.
division, Joe?
heavyweight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Like 35 guys. Like I was like, oh wow, okay, 35 guys. And I'm like, holy shit. Look at the and then look at the separation from the top to the bottom. It's like there's two heavyweight divisions. It's like you have those guys, the top 15 or so, and then you have the other division. The guys who were bitching about the fights every week, probably gonna go the distance, were bitching about their cardio. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not dogging them out individually. But like these are the guys. They make up probably more than half of the fucking division. Like, man, I don't know. It just gives me some perspective on some shit I'm not sure about right now. But I got
Well,
some type of feelings about
the
it.
biggest issue with that, with being that size, if you're that size and you're athletic, you're probably playing college football, basketball. You've got other pro sports that you can go to for big money with less risk, realistically. So I mean, that's the biggest problem with that. Like the big athletes, like for the heavyweights and stuff in particular, are going to go into other sports.
Yeah, like that's why I think John is gonna beat Gane, then go ahead and beat Stipe, and then put the middle finger up, like, yeah,
That's
man,
it, bro.
I'm
Curtains.
retired.
I swear to
Yeah,
God, Wes. That's curtains, bro.
yeah,
I'm the fucking GOAT. I quit.
yeah. And that's why I think he wants DC. He's trying to bait DC to go ahead and make sure he commentate. He probably wants him to interview him because he's gonna.
Bro.
He's man. He is a very strategical guy. Like he's looking at this like, look, I'm gonna be the guy to finish God, and guess what? That's gonna be his middle finger to Nagano. Like, look, I finished him. You couldn't finish him. I did. He's going. I know John. I'm not. These literally are my two favorite fighters. I love John, but
I think even if John beats Gunn, he's gonna still. I think he's still gonna fight though.
So am
no,
I the
we're
only
saying
guy
he's gonna
that
fight
thinks
Stipe after.
am I the only guy that sincerely with all his heart thinks that John Jones is the type of guy that would tell DC, yo, bro, you should call my fight and yeah, I think you would be non-biased. You do a real good job. You do a real good job. You should do that job just so that DC has to talk about how great John is to keep his job. Like, am I the only guy that doesn't see how fucking goat John Jones is for like, bro, he's the greatest ever. Highest fight IQ in history. That man is still winning the war. The war. He is winning it.
Hey
That is
Joe,
nothing about
And
DC.
he got
hold up, hold up,
Dana
hold
to
up,
pay
hold up,
him.
hold up, Wes. We told Katie he can bring his man up like 10 minutes ago.
Yes, we did, and I kept babbling, and that's wrong, bro. Kate, do your
Hey,
thing, bud.
we know how the John Jones. Hey, look, I already knew, bro. I said, all right, it'll be like 20, 30 minutes. John Jones is being talked about. But no, actually, a couple months back, it got brought up that I would get Terrence in the space. I would do my best, and he had a fight coming up, and he had a lot of stuff going on, and so my man Kane Town knows Terrence very well. They're stepbrothers. He watched Terrence grow up. He said, give Terrence till after his fight. Terrence had a rough fight and stuff, so I wanted to give him some time. And I was trying to get him in tonight, man. That's why I asked earlier about the invite thing, but it was kind of late. So he's gonna try to aim for next week, but this is my guy right here. Kane Town, if you want to introduce yourself. The host of the space is Joe. Great guy.
For sure. All right, what's up, you guys? Kind of this is my first time even being in on your guys' show. I see there's some knowledgeable guys in here. I fought for a few years on the amateur level. And I trained with some, a few different, fighters that are in the UFC now and in the past and all that. But yeah, my dad and Terrence's mom were married for like 4 or 5 years. And me and Terrence still remain close to this day. So I was talking to him today. Kind of, how messaging back and forth on social media can be kind of just miss each other. One's on, one's not online. But he did say he'd be down to do it. So next week I'm going to do my best to make sure he's in here for you guys.
That's
Right
fucking
on, man.
perfect,
That's
bro.
awesome.
That's absolutely awesome. If he does indicate he wants to do it, and Kay could hook up a time or something, we'll make sure we're properly prepared. Like, I don't care about the rough loss or anything, bro. Everybody in this space real big on Terrence. It's
Hell yeah.
we man, we all real big on Terrence.
I have a little bit of insider news though. It might be a little exciting. I talked to Terrence's mom after the fight, and she said she thought he was out turning up the night before. And so, last night was my birthday, and I had invited Terrence out to the bar with me, and Terrence said that he isn't drinking no more. So I think Terrence is starting to kind of live more like a more healthy way for the fight game, and I think you're going to see a big, big improvement. And I feel bad for the next person they stick across from him.
Man, that's exciting news. Just fuck the fighting game, bro. Just getting healthy and coming to that age. I know he's young, so coming to that age where you realize, like, all right, I got a job to do and I can do this if I take it serious. And that's
Facts.
just awesome to hear he's at that point in life. That's
I mean,
fucking
in
Yeah,
real talk too, like there ain't no shame in it, bro. This is the fight game. Shit happens. He fought another killer. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah.
mean,
Bonfim is gonna. I mean, I wish they would stick Patty with Bonfim.
yeah, real talk. Real fucking talk. That's not a
Yeah.
lie,
If
bro.
if if Patty takes that Dober fight, I don't feel like it's a very smart fight for Patty.
So that,
you already know, man.
That's a burial, man. Like, like it's no way he can beat Dover. That's a freaking burial, man. Like one
That's that
round
Tito
KO.
Ortiz gravedigger shit right there, brother.
Yeah, Patty's gonna take them white ass hooks at Dober. Dober's just gonna eat those motherfuckers.
He got a chin like you think he's got a chin, man. He got that chiseled jawline and it holds up, brother. Holy shit.
Taporia cracked Dover's 10 for sure, for sure.
Here you go with this Tapuria stuff, bro. Like you gotta stop bringing him up, bro. Like Evlov gonna handle him, but that's a whole nother story, bro.
Fuck no, but alright.
I'm
And
sorry, bro.
Patty
Like
certainly don't want Topuria.
you messing up your credibility in front of the new guests, talking about some God can beat John and all that. Now you bring up Superior, man. Come
Who
on, man.
who do you say would beat John?
He said God can beat John, man.
I didn't come clean though. Did I come clean though, Wes? I said I didn't see John Jones' era, so I came
Bro,
in
you
late.
I
saying
think
Kobe? You saying Kobe can beat Jordan? Basically, that's what you're saying.
I think that Gon has a better shot than a lot of the guys that John's fought. But if John is even half of what he was at 205, he's gonna get this one.
So he kind of like he up there in the air with Gun too, low key. So y'all can miss me with that bullshit.
Yeah, I see a lot of people on Gone, to be honest with you, D baby. I mean, you're not alone. Like
here's what it
there
really
are a
is,
lot of people out there that are on him.
I'm gonna be
Trace.
real, man. Like
No,
right now,
wait. I gotta be real, baby. What that is a whole bunch of people who didn't watch John's era that
Facts.
just don't want to be wrong. They're like, oh well, John, he looks good. I know John is John, right? Yeah. John is John, but John looks good, right? No, he doesn't. John
no,
looks
but
good.
hold on, baby. He did say something that was very key though when he said that. He said Gon has a better chance than people John has fought recently, but even if he's half of what he was at 205, he's got this.
Well, the
Bro.
biggest thing about John and everybody he's fought says it. Like John's fought elite strikers, fucking killers, man. Like Vitor Belfort is a killer.
Yeah, he got
Bro,
John
You
he
gotta
Jones'
fought
ask.
arm snapped.
TRT Vitor, bro. He
Hold up. But they all say the same thing. It's when you get in there, you don't realize it until you're in front of him. Nothing you do can get started. You can't get started against him. It's like his presence alone in that cage is enough to stop people. Like there's just something about being in that cage that it's just, I guess, because he's always touching you, and you're like, when's he hitting me? When's he hitting me? He just completely shuts people down mentally and physically in the cage.
A literal
100%.
hitman. A literal hitman, bro. Come on.
on God with everything in me, bro. So I've watched, I'm a John Mark. I've watched this highlight. I see a new John Jones highlight reel. I've already seen all the highlights. I'm like, ooh, maybe they got a different camera angle from somebody's cell phone. Let me watch this whole clip. Like whatever. I watch them all, right? But I've been a fan for a long time, and I haven't, I'm not tooting my horn, bro. I've been like a hardcore fan for longer than I could try to explain. I don't know, for a long ass fucking time, right? And you get to know fighters, and I've watched Ariel since he was like in his mom's basement, basically, and like you see fighters, and you see it. We've seen our media grow, and you get to know people. And like one guy who I think is a really good guy is Shogun. Like I actually think he's a good guy. Like I really, I do. I know he fought to the end. His spirits. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about him as a person, though. I like him, and when I went back of fairly recent and watch the Shogun fight, bro, I actually feel bad for Shogun. Like, John really broke him, bro. Like, and he just didn't have the heart to stop. And, like, he would try to come forward, and John was fucking him up. It was exactly what me and Wes are talking about. Like, you get in close with me, I'm going to hurt you. Not, I'm going to hit you, I'm going to hurt you. Bro, I swear to God, bro, I don't get into fights like, oh, I feel bad. I don't care about none of that shit. It's the fight game. But, like, looking back at it like history, knowing where these guys are at, bro, John broke Shogun. He fucking broke him, and you can see it in that fight if you're watching for it.
Did you notice that when John put him down that last time, right after it got stopped, Shogun started tapping, and he didn't know the fight had gotten stopped yet. He was tapping after he got hit with that body shot in the knee that put him down.
Yep, 100%. Like, he really, I'm not trying to like be dramatic, bro. Like, it's, go watch it with the mindset of, man, Shogun's a good old guy. Let me see where his career changed. Watch it with that mindset. And you'll be like, God damn, this young man fucking changed his career. Like, I don't know. John did it to a lot of guys. Shogun's just the one that sticks out for me. So, like, you're going to have guys like me. Even if Gane could beat him, bro, John was supposed to lose to fucking everybody. He became a big favorite, but these are guys that were supposed to just fucking murder him, bro. And he just fucking made work at every one of them. So, like, even these guys who trained 10 years to fight him that were coming up, the Dominic Reyes's and Thiago Santos, I don't care if he just said, no, stay there. Just stay there and don't get started, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. He wins. I'm not even trying to, like, he wins. He's the most winning motherfucker ever. All that dude does is win. So, like, I cannot bet against John Jones. Never, ever.
Can you imagine if he comes out here with one punch knockout power?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can you imagine if he comes out even with, like, drop you with a
Just sit you on your ass
jab?
power?
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to see those oblique kicks again, man. I can't wait, man.
Hey, so I'm really excited about that. Like, these heavyweights aren't used to someone trying to take their knee out. Fuck a calf kick. Break the knee. That's John Jones. Cobra Kai, baby. Fuck that.
Hey, Joe. So the last 2 weeks we've finished off the space talking about John Jones. Can we spend some time talking about how my guy Gaethje's gonna knock Fiziev out?
I just want to touch on this last thing with John at least. Like, I just at least want to say this. Like, I think some people don't look at the coaching aspect though. Like, I mean, like, Fernand is a fuck up. It is what it is, man. He's a brilliant mind, but he's a fuck up. Like, literally, like, his guys in big fights lose. He's 0-3 in big fights. He had Francis against Stipe, lost, wasn't prepared for the wrestling. He had obviously Gane against Francis, right? No, it's a trap. Don't hit the legs. Lost, right? He should have known that boy would have had to try to wrestle, right? He had Imavov against Strickland in the big fight. Lost. So now you're telling me that John with Cejudo and fight ready, they win. You ain't telling me he's going to lose? He's going to finally get his big win? No. Fernandez missed the fumbles. All he does is fumble, man.
And I got to break the news to Cade. Fiziev's about to put it on Gaethje.
We've all broke the news to him, bro. He doesn't want to hear it.
Wes,
we've
tell
all
him about
broke
our market value.
Did you hear him? Wes, fucking get him.
Let's go,
Wes, tell
That's
him
how
baby.
I'm
worked
right.
up
Let's
we got
go,
him, bro.
Gaethje, baby. Let's go,
That's how
Gaethje.
worked up we got him right now. He's like, I can't even do it. My blood pressure will spike.
Nah, bro. Gaethje open as a negative 200, man. Like, they know, man. I'm sorry. War Gaethje.
Perceives a live dog.
Man, that's an easy fight to catch. Is he
I
all
can't.
day?
You know what? I shouldn't even have done it to myself. I can't bring Gaethje up without my. Joe's right. My blood pressure started. Dude, I'm about to give my bitch
Hey,
ass a heart attack.
Kate,
Yo, if
tell him
Zeeb's a
about the
dog,
market, Kate. Tell him about the
hey,
market.
Wes, is Zeeb's a dog in this fight?
He the dog. Well, no, he the favorite now
Oh,
because
okay, but I'm about to say, how is he the fucking dog?
he opened as the dog. Gaethje was a negative 200, like a negative 220, something like that.
Gaethje ain't that guy, bro. He be winging shots,
I
man.
mean, y'all
Easy
can say,
fight for physique.
man,
Easy.
you can say what you want, physique, my boy, but when the bookie do that in the UFC, I'm taking the person that was the original favorite.
So
It's gonna
here's what
always
I'm
do it.
gonna
He can
say.
definitely knock him out. I mean, he can definitely knock him
I
out.
mean,
But
not if the
more often
bookie
than not,
says so.
more often
Listen,
than not, he loses.
Wes was on Fazeev till he seen that bookie shit. I do want to say that I'm not calling him out. Like, bro, he was like,
He
fuck
actually really
Gaethje.
was. He
Then he
laughed
seen
at me.
that bookie shit and he was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I
Cash that
remember it
shit.
vividly. He was one of the ones in the chat. Actually, he was one of the
He was
19 members in
hammering
the
you,
chat
K.
laughing at me. And then 2 weeks later, I was like, wait a second. Now Wes is on my side about Gaethje. Something must have happened. So then I hit him up. He's like, yeah, look at this market, this, and that. I'm like, all right, well, I'll take it. Shit.
K
Hey,
woke
Man,
up,
I'm,
opened
I'm,
the
I'm,
chat, and was like, this motherfucker stole my side. That was,
I'm just being honest, man. The only time that I haven't seen that hit is like against your boy Waldo. So that it didn't hit with Waldo and Vanderaa. It didn't hit with Waldo Vanderaa. It didn't hit with Gordon and Patty. So those are the only times that I haven't seen it hit. Otherwise than that, in the UFC, when a person is like a 200 fave or something, and then it goes the other way, that 200 fave was the winner. It's like it's the truth, man. I don't know.
Anybody giving Jeff Neal a chance in hell against Rachmanov?
I give him a
hell,
chance, bro. I
hell
give him a
yeah.
chance. I give him
I
a
do
chance.
too, bro. I give Jeff a
But
Yeah.
chance against anybody, bro. I don't know why I believe in that dude, but I believe in that dude.
I give him a slight
Okay.
chance, but I don't think he's gonna
I think
win.
Rachmanov's going to fuck him up.
I think it's gonna be competitive because like I think they're just gonna mostly fight in the clinch, but I think that he doesn't throw enough volume to beat Shafkat. That's my only problem. I don't think he throw enough volume against those kind of guys.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna go to decision. I think everybody think that he gonna finish him. I don't think I don't think he's gonna finish
Jeff
him.
Neal has the skill set, I think, to beat. I can't even say his fucking name. I'm not even gonna try.
Shavkat
But I
Rakhmonov.
think I think he has the skill set.
I'm gonna take the over. Like it's gonna be 1.5. They dumb. I watch it's gonna be 1.5. He's not finished. I don't think he's finishing Neil. This is gonna be his first decision win. I think it's like a low budget Hamzat Burns type fight. Like I think basically they're gonna go to decision and it'll be his first decision win. Cause I can't see them letting Neil win the fight on the cards, no matter what he do. Like he gonna have to knock out Shafkat to win, man. They
Out
not
cold, Wes. He gonna have to
yeah,
knock him out
you
cold.
got to. You gotta go
Yo,
knock him
y'all
out.
see this? Y'all see this clown holding up this sign to Dustin Poirier, saying
Yeah,
that
that
your
shit was
your wife
awesome.
sent me DMs.
Bro,
Like
but
this dude really thought he was about to high five him. Like, are you fucking retarded?
dude,
Like,
me and
dude,
my
that's a
pops were
slap you
just talking
motherfucker
about
in
that.
mouth and sight, bro. Like that's some disrespectful shit,
Nah,
bro.
Trace, me and my pops were just talking about that. How many times is a grown ass man gonna stand for somebody talking about being in his wife or in his wife's deal? Sooner or later, this man's gonna snap on somebody, bro.
Yo, his wife threw the whole bundle of beads and was grabbing his ass to make sure he wasn't going nowhere.
Bro,
She
I'll be
already knew. She already knew
100%
he was
honest
coming off
with
that
you.
off that Jeep.
With way more respect for Dustin Poirier than that guy had, bro, I would never do some shit like that. Where I'm from, you know what you get for that? You get your ass beat by the UFC fighter that was driving by. Like, what the fuck was that guy thinking? Like, I feel like even if Dustin would have clocked him good enough to be like, we're going to court, the judge would be like, fuck is wrong with you? Like, bro, you can't do no stupid shit like that. He deserved that shit. I wish he would have got him better.
And
100%.
bro, the headline was misleading. a little bit. Dustin really didn't smack the shit
Yeah,
out.
he looked like he got a fingertip.
He gave him a little
He got
pop.
him in the hand. It didn't even hit him in the face.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that thinks that Connor did all that because he actually wanted his wife, though? I mean, his wife's attractive. Like, I feel like Connor was hating. I think Connor
Well, I
actually
feel like
secretly loved her.
Connor's definitely a swinger, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that dude's he's definitely smashing down other stuff than his wife.
well,
Apparently that's the new thing for him.
I
Just
think
ask
he's
Banner.
probably honest to God, I think Connor probably has a little bit of envy of Dustin. Like Connor, I mean, I know there's the money thing, but like when you look at the career, right? Connor came out hot, fizzled out, and Connor probably won't be remembered other than the sellability. But like in 40 years, when no one fucking remembers these guys and they're looking at numbers, Connor will
Connor
have the champ.
transcended the sport, baby boy. Connor's the Michael Jordan. He will
He
always be
won't be
remembered.
on black and white though, Trace. He'll
Hey,
only
can I
be in a few
ask a
blips.
question? I actually have a serious question because I know Joe was kind of on my side about it, but not a lot of people were in the chat.
What's
But
that?
now that if that fight truly is at 155, does anyone side with me that Michael Chandler is going to beat the brakes off him?
Bro,
Bro, he's
Hell
gonna
no.
beat the shit out of him.
Have you
Not a
seen
chance.
Connor? There's a picture of him next to Wonder
Yes,
Boy.
but cutting to
Homeboy is gonna be
155, bro, is a
100%
lot.
155. He's gonna be a full on, real legit 155 pounder. Like he is massive now.
Yeah. Connor's gonna do him kind of the same way he did Chad Mendes. That fight
Exactly.
is gonna be very similar to that fight.
Perfect analysis. That's a good point
Chad
of view.
Mendes didn't have the power Michael Chandler possessed,
Bro,
bro.
I
What?
Michael
think
Chandler,
At
so.
Chad,
Listen,
145 he
Chad
did?
Mendez has some power in
listen.
the little orange
Evidence,
boy.
I think Michael Chandler's power is more than people think.
bro.
Well,
And
yeah,
I'll say
because
this, Connor
he's at
did look like
55. But Chad Mendes' power was just as relevant at 45 as Michael Chandler's is at 55.
All respect to your brother, man. That's the real T Rex. Chad Mendez had the shortest little muscled up arms I ever saw, man. But that boy could crack.
Yeah,
I'll
but
say this though, like to me, Connor, like he does look washed, as in like physically, like looking at him, like when he was punching the stuff on the little Ultimate Fighter, like he looks like a coked up dude now, though. Like he looks
It's
like he
because he's
just
in that tight ass suit. He could barely move.
But if you guys,
yeah,
if you
but
guys,
like his like on some fighting style, like how they match up supposedly. Yeah, I agree with you. Like I think he just snipes Chandler, knocks him out. But like
Yeah.
just
no,
looking at
that
that
could
and that tight
definitely
ass
happen.
suit,
Honestly, I think it looks a lot closer to the Eddie
Eddie
Alvarez
Alvarez,
fight. Yeah,
boom.
I think it's a
Oh,
highlight reel knockout.
if
I
he
don't.
does
At
him like he does Eddie Alvarez,
155,
Connor's come. If he does him like he did Eddie Alvarez, Connor's looking for a title shot.
Oh,
bro.
he
Say
100%
Connor went
is.
up to
That's his full
170.
intent of coming back.
People may call me crazy, bro, but this is the way I see it. If you really watch Michael Chandler when he was the champion of Bellator, he fought differently than when he got to the UFC. Everything that he's done since he got to the UFC is
Oh,
just
he's
try to
open
make
about that. You're
he
not
just
wrong.
tries to make a highlight. He's trying
Yeah,
to fight. He comes out and
absolutely.
fights this stupid, insane pace, and all he gives a fuck about is the roar in the crowd. But
Yeah.
then, but to me, it's like he works hard, man. If he really takes this Connor fight seriously and he stays composed, and this isn't about the fucking war, this is about the win for his career, then to me, I think Michael Chandler beats his ass.
I don't think it's about the win though. I think it's more about he's willing to put on his body on the line for the show because
Yeah.
the more violent he is, the more money he gets on them next contracts. So he's
And
willing to
if
throw everything on the line for his family
Yeah,
for
but
security.
Trace, you got to put this into perspective too. This guy's won what 2 fights in the UFC, and the two guys that he beat, he should have beat.
He may have only won 2 fights, but he's probably won what? How many fights has he had in the UFC? I guarantee
5,
every one
I
of them was
think.
of the night rewards. He's probably got of the night rewards in every fight he's been in the UFC.
pretty
Yeah.
close.
So, but listen, man. So here's the thing. Connor went up to 170, and he looked great physically, strength wise. There's really no arguing it. He looked really good. And after that, everybody around him. You can go find interviews of Kavanaugh, of everybody that had any input saying Connor should not go back down to 155. Then he went back down to 155 and he didn't have the punching power that he needed. Then he went back down to 155 and said, "Oh, I'm going to do it the healthy way this time." Yeah, fuck you. You look smaller than you should have because he can't get there and stay swole, bro. They would have done it against Dustin. I mean, saying that, oh, he's going to fill in now, bro. You think he didn't try to fill in for Dustin? He already was 170 monster when he fought Cerrone, bro. So, like, there's no way. And when you look at Chandler's cut to 155. He looks better doing it. Physically, mentally, hydration wise, he looks better doing it. I favor Chandler at 155.
And
At 170, Conor knocks him the fuck out. I believe that. But at 155, it's Chandler all day.
And I know styles make fights, and everyone's got different styles that make fights. I get it and all that. And you can call me crazy, but Chandler had Dustin Poirier in more trouble than Conor did in both their fights.
I mean, except the first fight when Conor slept him.
Yeah, but that wasn't. Dustin got much better.
Yeah, that's a weight class ago, and arguably, if they go up, 2 weight classes ago. So, like, in fucking many years, in a few losses for Conor since. So, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to knock Conor. I don't hate him. Like, I've had a lot of fun cheering against him because he fucking irritates the shit out of me. But, like, he's good for the sport. I love the eyes he brings. But, like,
I can't wait to watch The Ultimate Fighter. I've told everyone that. I think it's actually going to be good. A lot of people knocked Michael Chandler being the other guy, but I don't know. I kind of been watching like Chandler videos. I think the humor is going to be pretty funny. I think this is going to be. I mean, a lot of people don't watch The Ultimate Fighter. I can't help myself, but I think this season's about to be dope.
Oh, I've watched every season since the first one, man. I've never missed a season. And I've even rewatched like 20 of the seasons during COVID, at the very beginning when we were locked down.
I know Wes is laughing at us because he don't even watch that shit.
I live and breathe this sport, baby. I don't miss nothing.
Does anybody think?
Yeah, I never watched that shit, but I watched the highlights like of Conor and what's funny. Like, I'll say that. Like, if he's got funny clips on YouTube from this season, I'll watch that.
Does anybody think the fact that Conor has to be stuck, not being as free as he normally is because he's stuck to the house? Not stuck to the house, but he's got to be around MMA every single day, and I don't think that's been the case for a long time. I think that's gonna make a difference, and he's probably gonna be training a lot more going into this fight than he has in his last 3 or 4 fights.
He was the coach previously on the season with where his buddy, or the ex-buddy, I guess, the GOAT, the Hammer, won that season. Yeah, he won. That's where he came from, was the Ultimate Fighter. He was the coach of that season. He was actually a pretty damn good coach on that season.
So since we're talking about Conor and Tough, I've got him on the dirt sheet, and I'm gonna try to. Man, we're running. I'm not gonna hit the whole dirt sheet tonight because we're running late. But so apparently Conor kicked a bunch of guys off to bring his own guys on, and then he denied throwing anybody off, and then he went back and said, "Wendell is out, Rudy is out, Janie, you're gone, Stefan, I like your hustle. That's why." It was so hard to cut you. Yeah. And then Daniel Rubenstein, who's the manager of Ruby Sports Entertainment, tweeted that Kevin Cross, Mitchell Ramirez, and Brandon Jenkins all got pulled off to make room for 3 of Conor's guys on the show. So if Conor cut 4 and removed 3, that motherfucker went in there and chopped 7 heads. That's probably like almost half the fucking show. Like, that's ridiculous. And I did see a video where one guy was I can't remember his quote, but he said it was like they were cutting people everywhere. Conor was just doing whatever he wants or something. I don't know. It seems a little ridiculous. I do know he brought at least one guy with him last time. Cade, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, they have to do a draft between like to pick the 2 teams. They usually, like, I forget how they do it, but they pick their teams, like
they flip a coin. They flip a coin. The winner of the flip gets to choose whether they want first fight or first pick.
So I mean, shouldn't Michael Chandler have a say in that? Because can't he pick some of Conor's guys?
Well, they're doing this. The trend this season is They're bringing back old UFC fighters and new prospects or some shit like that.
I think Chandler's just happy to be along for the ride.
Munoz is back.
Oh, he's just happy for that money fight at the
Who
end.
is
He don't
it?
give a shit about nothing else.
Chris Matinho or
No, he got cut, Joe.
Yeah.
He got cut from the show already?
Yeah.
I was looking forward to seeing him get beat up, and I don't mean that mean, whatever. He gets beat up good.
So really, Conor,
it doesn't really matter though. I mean, the
right?
bantamweight winner is already going to be Timur Valiev. I mean, there ain't nobody else in that roster that's going to touch that dude.
Bro,
I mean, that dude fights stupid though. Like, he's talented, but he fights stupid to allow himself to get clipped. There's always a guy that's really talented that loses on those shows though.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. There are a lot of people that come off the show. Chimaev is out for Ramadan, so he'll likely return in June or July.
Fight week.
Speaking of,
that's my hope. That's my hope.
Speaking of Hamzat, how do you guys feel Jack Della Maddalena would do with Hamzat?
I think he would get beat up.
Yeah, bad?
Yeah, probably pretty bad.
He would get dominated. I think he gets smashed in the first round.
Damn.
I mean, I guess there's a round where a world where Chimaev decides he wants to go out there and swing and bang to prove a point and gets clipped somehow, some way. But the fucking reality is Chimaev goes out there, Goldberg spears that motherfucker.
I think it looks very similar to the Kevin Holland fight.
Okay. Yeah. What do y'all think about the Arnold Allen Max Holloway fight?
Don't even bring that up in this damn space, Dylan. You will fucking cause World War fucking 7.
Hey.
Arnold Allen finishes Max Holloway.
What?
Max Holloway is going to beat the brakes off Arnold Allen. Let him know, Kane Town.
Oh, bro, Max Holloway's about to piece up Arnold Allen.
Bro, Max gonna get his ass whipped, man.
What, bro? What?
Baby, tell him, baby. Baby, tell him. Baby, from sleep.
I know just every dude on the rise eventually meets that dude that beats the brakes off him before they continue on to be great. This is Arnold Allen's time.
Max ain't it, man. Y'all think Max is more than a punching bag, but he's not. He's a punching bag.
What the fuck?
I don't understand why people hype Max all the time.
So how is Max? Wait. So Cade was the one that was like, he was on it. So here we go. But I just want you to tell me, how does Max get it done? Like, where is the W? Tell me at the end, when they're raising Max's hand, they say, bye. How did it happen?
5 rounds of outboxing Arnold Allen.
That's,
that's not fucking real. Come on.
That's what it is.
Pillow fist? Come on.
It's going to look like that Calvin Kattar fight.
Come on, man.
That's not real.
I'm tired of people disrespecting Allen, man. Kattar is a punching bag himself as well, but Allen.
If Allen gets by Max, I'll give him all the respect in the world.
Get him, Town. Tell him Max Holloway about to piece his fucking wherever the fuck he's from.
What you gonna do? End up doing, Cade? You gonna feel like you felt with Andrade, bro? You gonna say, I can't believe it. You gonna say, and I'm gonna say, well, I told you, but I'm gonna be on Arnold Allen. So
just like I told you, Moreno would beat Figgy's ass, and Holloway gonna beat his ass.
Okay, sir. Max Holloway is a punching bag that is basically on his way out. Like, he's been dominated. He got dominated by Volk. Like, I mean, even against Jair,
he also beat. I mean, the second fight, he also beat Volk.
He did not.
That decision was ass.
Y'all Max fans, I see, man. He did not beat Volk, man. He never beat Volk. He never.
I watched Max Holloway lose 15 rounds straight.
Let me just here. I'm gonna intervene in this real quick. I'm a Max Holloway fan. I thought he won the second fight as well, but after further review, when I went back and watched the first and the second fight, I didn't even need to watch the third fight. He got fucking obliterated.
Well, the third fight, yeah, it was bad.
The first and second fight, he lost.
Mm-hmm. I've seen the fight 2 or 3 times. Each time I come away thinking Max got the second fight.
My thing is that who comes back from getting brutally assaulted, because that's what he did. He got molested. He got assaulted by Volk and molested. Like, he just got everything taken away from him, robbed, all of that, man.
But
Like,
who
There's
would
gotta be a
Volk
better
not do
choice
that
of
to at
words for that.
145?
nobody comes back from an ass whooping like that, man. And then all of a sudden you beat this guy that's like better than you. Like, Allen's better than him. Like, he's more technical. He doesn't want to get hit. He's a smarter fighter. He's more well versed. Like, I
All right,
mean,
Wes, I got a proposition for you.
what's the proposition, sir?
If Max Holloway beats Arnold Allen, I don't owe you money for that Raiders bet.
Are you trying to get out of the Raiders?
Hold on.
No.
You can't just make that. You got to hit him with at least double or nothing.
If Arnold Allen beats Max Holloway, we'll add $50 to the bet.
So basically, you want to bet me $50, basically. You want to bet me $50, basically, that Max wins. That's like basically because he has a bet with me for $500 that the Raiders will make the playoffs. And of course, I said, hell yes, let's go. I mean, like, I'm not making the playoffs. So
yeah, for next year, Cane Town, next year.
Oh, for next year? I don't know, bro. Ziegler on Busting with the Boys was just saying he don't know really what he's doing with quarterback this year. So I'm kind of like,
I know that's why I had to come out here and try to make a different side bet with Wes. Maybe $50 or nothing.
Nah. Like my brother can even tell you, bro. I always like take bets with people where I'm in a position I'm ahead, man. When you made that crazy bet, I said I'm good. Like, I'm saying,
if we gonna make the playoffs, man, we got to get 3 big difference makers on defense and hit on every draft pick, and put a quarterback who's competent on the squad. So
man, fuck the Raiders right now. Joe Hamzat fight week. That's what's happening.
Yeah. So I was gonna name off all the people that Arnold Allen beat up, but we'll let that go because he's gonna beat the shit out of
Max Holloway is gonna piece his ass up, and then
bro,
you know what?
You want to know the difference between Max Holloway and Arnold Allen in a nutshell? Arnold Allen beat the shit out of Kelvin Cater and finished him. Max Holloway hit him 888 fucking times and couldn't get him out of there. What is that man gonna do to Arnold Allen?
Okay,
bro?
can I?
He's gonna hit him 888 times and beat him in a decision.
Y'all know I've been on Max Holloway for the last month since they announced the fight. If Max Holloway beats Arnold Allen, I want some fucking respect on my name.
But it's not happening though, bro. like I'm sincerely.
All right, wait. You can have respect. We want pizza.
Damn.
Oh, that's a good deal, yeah. You got to go ahead and order us pizza, like get our addresses and just like Uber Eats.
Every single fucking member.
Yeah, that's a good deal, bro.
Hey,
like,
bro, you know how much pizza be running people nowadays?
I mean, I'm on Allen. I'm on Allen. Joe's on Allen. I mean,
I'll take that pizza. Allen? I'll take Allen.
All right, Dan Picks is on. So that's 3 people you got to give pizza. Gabe is on Allen too. So, I mean, I don't know if he wants pizza too.
No. We ain't doing all that.
See? You're afraid, bro.
You see how big his confidence changed when he had to buy pizza? He didn't.
Pizza, though. You just wanted to bet me $50,
you know what?
bro.
Actually, I'm gonna go on Max's gaming channel tomorrow and be like, yo, Max, I got a bet with my boys. If you lose to Arnold Allen, I owe all these motherfuckers pizza, so you got to pay the bill. But if you win, I get some respect on my name.
Oh. Man, I can't believe you don't understand why he's gonna lose, man.
You know what's a better?
Arnold Allen's gonna get 50-45.
Here's a better strategy, Kay. You should go on Max's channel, and you should say, "Yo, Max, I got this group of guys that swear to God you're gonna lose to Arnold Allen, and I don't know how to convince them otherwise. Could you come out with me?" Like that would give you a really good shot. Like, because we wouldn't want to be disrespectful to Max. So then you could be in here like he about to fuck him up and whoop his ass, and we'd be like, you know, I see the path. You know, we'll be
Nah,
real
I'm still
polite.
gonna
West
with
is just
Max
go
in
Max
here. I'm still
Holloway
gonna be like,
straight up.
I'm
He
gonna be
ain't
like,
gonna
Max, I
fight.
gotta be real with you, man. You gonna get your ass
I'm
whipped. You get hit too
fading
much.
you, bro.
You know, even with him in here, I'm
You
be
know
like,
damn
Max,
well Wes gonna say it just like that too.
I'm
Would
gonna
it
say
be
it
It's
like
crazy. It's
that.
inappropriate
crazy
if
how much respect you lose when you lose to the pound for pound #1 in the world and
No, bro,
nobody else.
I
Bro,
never
West is
thought
really
Max.
disrespecting the daddest man on the planet right now.
I never thought Max was great. Like, I think at the end of the day, like Joe said before, like, and he came along with the scraps of the division. Like, if you look at his resume, even in itself, he wasn't really beating guys
Beat
like
Aldo
that.
Bro,
twice.
when he turned Brian Ortega into Rocky Dennis,
Who
you
is
didn't think he was great?
Ortega? Ortega can't strike. Okay,
Bro, he beat
Bro,
Aldo
he knocked out
twice.
he beat bro.
knocked out Frankie Edgar.
Aldo was past his prime. Frankie Edgar was past at primes. Like I
Here's the
don't.
reality of
They're
it, dude.
still technically
Conor
solid,
McGregor
great
out-wrestled him.
strikers.
Okay, did he beat Conor in his prime?
Conor McGregor out-wrestled him.
Like he didn't even just out wrestle him; he beat him up on the feet. Like
It
Max,
was close. It wasn't like he
no,
dogged him on the feet.
that fight was not close. He dog walked that man. Like he
Yeah, because
dog.
when he got it was a little closer when it was on the feet, but when it got
Oh
to the
come
ground, it was
on,
he had
bro.
nothing.
He,
It wasn't an ass whooping.
bro, I wish they had a feature where we could upload the videos up here and just watch it, bro. He sat here
You can
dog walked him, bro.
tweet the videos into the thread.
Like, how do you do that? Because he dog walked him, bro.
You
He
got to go
dog
down there.
walked him.
I don't know. He beat him. I mean, it wasn't like there was a question of who won, but I mean, it's not like he bloodied him and just beat the shit out of him.
And with the striking, all Conor did was kept walking him down, pressuring him. Right? Max has a problem with southpaws. He just does. When you're out the southpaw, he has a problem with it. He can easily go ahead and slip the punch. So he just kept.
Max was also 20 years old.
All right, fine then. Let's look at Poirier then. Poirier, same thing.
Yeah,
Southpaw,
bro, I'm looking at the stats of this Conor fight, man. He beat Max, bro.
And Poirier whipped his ass too. So guess what? What is
Poirier
Arnold Allen?
definitely put him on.
Arnold Allen is a
Poirier is
southpaw.
a different story, though. Poirier is much bigger than Max. He
Bro, I'm talking about
Poirier.
the technique, Cade. Like, he's a southpaw. He keeps getting slipped with the left. Like, why? Because they're from the southpaw. Arnold Allen is really going to have an opportunity to knock him out. Like, I know y'all don't want to believe it because people want to say, oh my God, he can't ever get knocked out. He's
never even been knocked down.
But he just got his ass whipped brutally by Volk. At the end of the day, Arnold Allen is the hardest puncher he has faced since Conor. That's a fact. Arnold Allen can crack, man.
I'd give Poirier maybe the power over Allen.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think so. I think
especially
Allen,
when at 55.
I think Allen.
I would say it's comparable though, Wes. I would say it's comparable.
I think Allen hits harder than Poirier as far as we say, hey, one hitter quitter. Like Allen can really put you out.
Can crack too.
Cater can't hit like no Allen, man.
Listen, guys.
We haven't seen one hitter
Wes was making a point that I've made before, bro. So like, this is real simple. So everybody wants to talk about Max's reign, this, that, whatever. Okay. So here's the truth. This is you can deny this all you want. But when Max was in the division that had 145-pound Aldo Prime, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Bermudez, Max couldn't get to the top. You know what happened before Max got to the top? 3 of them left the division and 1 of them expired. When everybody got out of Max's way, and all the guys that you knew that were coming from WEC that I could start naming off their fucking retirement dates stopped fighting, and he didn't have to fight all them guys anymore, and he got to fight guys past their prime. He got to fight fucking, man, I don't want to dig too deep, but like Charles Oliveira before he got good. He fought like fucking Cole Miller and Ricardo Lamas. Like, bro, it's not. Max had an easy walk. And as soon as he got there and someone was champion level, he beat him 3 fights in a row. He did. That's real. You want to know what division Volkanovski could have survived in? Maybe or maybe not been champion, but he would have been a top guy with Conor and Dustin and Bermudez and all them guys back when they were down at 145. He would have been a top guy with them. You know who
Man,
wasn't?
I
You know who
think
wasn't?
Max puts the
Max.
hands on Prime Bermudez. I don't think Bermudez belongs in this conversation.
What do you mean he puts hands on Prime Bermudez?
He would beat the fuck out of Dennis Bermudez.
Bermudez beat him, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah,
are you
he beat him when he was
about?
like 20 years old. He was a kid. I'm talking about Prime Max versus
Y'all
Prime
keep
Bermudez.
using these excuses, bro. Conor wasn't even that much older than him. Conor was a pup too.
Conor was like 28, almost 30 years old. He was like
No, he
27,
wasn't.
28. Yes, he was.
Conor was like
Dennis,
25. Conor was like 25,
Prime Max.
26.
I'll say this.
we got to quit talking over everybody, man. One at a time.
I'll say this. Joe does make actually a decent point. I can see the argument for it. Wes makes a good point too. I can see the argument with all that. But I'm telling you right now, Prime Max Holloway versus Prime Dennis Bermudez, and Max Holloway is beating the brakes off his ass. That's all.
What is this Prime?
think-
Like, what is this Prime Max? Like, what is Prime Max? I want to know what this Prime Max is.
Now, 2 years
Hold on.
ago.
Now,
that's
so
how bad.
this
No, not now. Maybe like 3 years ago.
Because he lost to one guy.
Nah, but you got to admit this, Dylan. Max has slowed down. Like in the first two fights, even against Volk, he looked like he was at least making it competitive. You know, he people can say what they want. It was a much more competitive fight. And then he took this. Then I think he beat Cater. Cater or Yair, and then he got the fight back. I don't know, dude. I'd have to go back and look. I don't give a fuck less. But then he came back to fight Alexander for a third time, and it was like, dude, he was like fucking 3 steps behind, bro. He was slow as shit.
And I don't think that was because Max took a step back. I think that's because Volk took steps forward.
I think it's both. But
I think
ahead,
Max.
man.
But either way, I think you put Max right now against any time Dennis Bermudez and Max puts hands on him.
I think Max, when you look at him, like what Joe was saying, right? Max fought certain kinds of people, but he didn't fight guys like, oh my God, like this guy has the whole package. Like Max to me, and I keep comparing it, I say it's the same all the time. He is like a Nate Diaz. He is basically an action fighter. He's a Tony Ferguson. They have expiration dates, man. If you're strategical, you can beat them. I don't think the first fight was competitive with Volk. Volk beat him 50-45 in the first fight. And why? Because Max just stood there like an idiot and let him leg kick him. And he thought, oh my God, he's going to eventually get tired. No, you're not in there with all though. You can't, it's not going to work. I mean, like, then he fights him the second time. To his credit, he adjusted, fought well in the beginning. But guess what? What did Volk do? Volk started being smart again and turned up on him and got the win. And then third, you're right. He evolved more past Max. I don't think Max is hard to beat for a fighter that's like strategical and that's technical and knows what they're doing. Like, I think it's just, oh, okay, cool. Like, yeah, you're going to look for things. When he fought Yair, he was getting his ass whipped. He had to wrestle. Yair was whipping his ass. I mean, like I don't understand why people always say Max is the best boxer. How are you the best boxer? Your defense is garbage. He's not
the best. He's not the best boxer. That was overblown a little bit.
He literally just got outboxed by Dustin Poirier before that fight. Like, I mean,
every time Dustin hit him, it looked like he was getting hit with a brick.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same as the pound for pound, though. Like, we're debating Prime versus Prime, and it's the reality is Max has a lot of miles on him. He has taken damage, despite the fact that he's won fights that he should win. Like, he shouldn't win this fight. This is Arnold Allen's step to the title. You guys just got to see it for what it is. Max isn't going back to this fight. Just so if you're the UFC and you're trying to decide, how do we get this new guy to the title? You think they're going to give him to Max Holloway so Max Holloway can get a 4th title shot? No. The UFC knows, bro. Like, this fight is Allen's step to the title. That's what it is, and that's what it will be.
I think it's too early for that. I think for me to really lose faith in Max like that, he's gonna have to lose to somebody besides the pound for pound best in the world.
For me, it's not faith. It's just
Bro,
how he fights, bro. Like he's just.
wait,
I mean, he gets
wait,
hit too much.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. He just went to 155 and lost.
I mean, but look how much.
No,
Everybody knew he was gonna lose at 55.
no. If we were in the same weight class, blah, 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 blah. He went up. He don't get to make the excuse I was small. No, that's some
No,
real bitch shit. If he won the
I just
title,
don't think anybody expected him to win at 55. I think everybody knew he was gonna get fucked up by Poirier.
which proves that at 155, he's not. He couldn't go up and do it, bro. I had the same argument with Izzy back when Izzy was pound for pound, and then he lost, and everybody's like, "No, he's still the guy." No, bro, he went up and proved, literally proved, he is not pound for pound the best. Volk just did the same thing. He is not pound for pound the best. He just proved it to everybody.
You saying Volk proved that Volk's not pound for pound the best?
Absolutely. He said, I'm going to go up there and prove I'm pound for pound the best because I'm going to go up 10 pounds and I'm going to prove that at no matter what weight it is, I'm that guy. And he went up
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
lost.
I had Volk winning that fight too, so I don't know.
Oh, bro. So what happened is you can't watch them streams. You got to go to ESPN.com and buy the pay-per-views if you actually want to see what happens on the fight. You can't watch them streams, bro. They don't always give you the right angle, and sometimes the shit is cut off. So I don't know. I just some advice. I'm fucking with you.
I like that. That's pretty good.
We're over the 4.5 hour marker, and yeah, I'm gonna clock it. I got a whole bunch of shit on the docket that we had better conversation. Amivov Nazardine tweeted that his his ankle surgery went great. He's got to take it easy for a couple of months, and he'll be back in action. Bo Nickel plans to help Jake Paul train for his MMA debut. Nickel also got signed to Jake's company, Better BETR. I didn't really realize Jake owned that. I guess I should have. Jose Aldo is booked to box Jeremy Stevens at Game Bred Fighting, but making it public that he's already in talks to box Floyd Mayweather, and it's all but signed, which doesn't make sense because if Steven knocks you out, Floyd ain't getting in there with you. Diego Sanchez is suing BKFC or considering it. There was an incident where his opponent, Austin Trout, I mean, there's videos and pictures and screenshots of people zoomed in. They greased the shit out of him, and Diego says he was given no Vaseline, so his punches were sliding, and he was getting cracked. Pound for pound rankings still say Volk is number one, even though Islam beat him was on the list. Islam's man, who called this shit? Islam's mom wants him to retire. Man, who called this shit? Islam says, no, I want to defend as many times as Khabib, and then I want to fight at 170 for the belt, and then I want to retire. Holy fuck, you could go rewind what I said.
You did call that. I've actually put that in the chat today, I think, or yesterday.
Yeah, bro, I called that shit to a T. He's going to match Khabib's defenses. Then he's going to go get the 170 belt to try and make up for that loss that he had that Khabib never had. He's going to fucking retire too. Hydration Gate is still being investigated. The IV for Islam. Novinsky has had to make comments. He says that the Australian Commission says zero evidence. So the UFC is going to take their word. Ali's getting real pissed on social media. He actually brought to light that they are allowed certain amounts of IV still. I heard 100 milliliters, which wouldn't be very much. I've heard 2 liters. Ali posted 2 or 3 liters. So even though it's banned, there's some rule or I don't know. There's some type of
Helwani went on there and debunked that, said that that's a myth. Or that's not true. It's only 100 milliliters. Like he said, it's just showing how ignorant he is and how much how full of shit he is, basically.
So it is 100 milliliters.
Yeah, it's not very much. If it was that much, he would have definitely got popped.
Yeah. Sorry to cut in there, man. It is 100 mil, and if for those of you who don't realize how little that is, that's less than half a cup. So you can't even get these rehydration bags that are 100 mils. They don't exist. So from what I understand, the 750 mils is the smallest you can get. So there's no way he got 100 mils. Like, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, a liter
Might as
is
well have half a cup
1,000
of water.
mils. A liter is
Yeah.
1,000 mils, to put that in perspective. So if you've ever bought a liter of pop, that would be 1/10 of that bottle given to you in an IV. I don't even think that would get rid of cottonmouth. Like,
Yeah, they were saying
Nothing.
his
nothing.
comments were actually even incriminating them more by saying that, because he was saying they were able to give up to 2 to 3 liters, which is just insane.
And
well,
the reason,
I mean, he's not lying. That is more incriminating. He's not fucking lying.
but the actual reason it's not allowed by USADA is because you can have a masking agent which can mask get rid of any drugs that you might have in your system. That's why they won't allow a IV at all. Because if you have an IV, that's the test that they're taking. Have you had an IV? Have you had a needle in your system? So these guys are getting away with it by you saying, yeah, I had 100 mils of this or 100 mils of that. It's just a way of saying, yeah, you got to get this IV. No one's getting 100 mils. If anyone's saying they're getting 100 mils, it's just because they're putting some kind of masking agent in, and they don't want to say that they have tested positive for having an IV.
Good shit, Ozzy. Thanks for bringing that information forward, brother.
Okay,
No worries,
you have
mate.
something on that?
I was just gonna say, like, Ali fucking practice. I mean, they didn't.
You sound really far away, dude.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. They it just seems like I don't know, man. The situation's weird because they didn't really look into it, but it's like Ali went from saying, "You guys are crazy. My fucking fighter didn't take that," and then like a day later, he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna expose all of you. You're allowed to take this much." So you're basically snitching your fighter. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just the whole situation's weird. Whatever, fuck it. He won the fight. Just move on. Like,
So I'm going to pretty much cap the space because we're almost at 4:45. But Cade, I will say to you and extend an invite to you and tell you that coming up probably maybe next Sunday or Sunday coming, if not the following. I've been trying to schedule it for like 2 weeks. I'm going to do a really in-depth space about Ali. I'd be more than willing to share my notes with you a day or two before, just because I got to get them all in order. Like, if you looked at them now, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? But, I could get everything real organized even more than 2 days before. I'll let you look at it, bro. If you want to, I mean, I need someone to spend a few hours in the space talking with me about it, but it's definitely stuff that's up your alley. Ali is, you guys will not even, people will think I am lying, bro. People will think I am making the fucking story up. Like, I swear to God, man, like there is no rational place where you guys are going to be like, this is all true. But there's police reports, there's documents, there's athletic Olympic training center fucking sign-in shit.
yeah, bro, he's a cocksucker. It's that I'm excited for that space.
Bro, like, you guys have it's man, I'm really wondering like how many people will join if I make a good enough title and leave 40 minutes in because they're just like, there's no way this is real. Like, I'm really wondering what percentage of the listeners will just drop off and be like, there's no fucking way this is real. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. Identity theft. He was a snitch for the feds. He was a snitch for New York City Police. He's a double agent for Egypt. He fucking committed fraud to come here and lived in our athletic training facilities for free, paid for it by the government. Like, bro, oh my God, he traveled from fucking village to village of a terrorist group. Like, it's fucking insane.
Oh, you better.
People love drama, though, man. I think you'll be able to keep a crowd more than you think you would. Be honest with you, because people love the dirty details. You know what I'm saying?
You better hope that shit don't blow up and fucking Ali doesn't come after you for defamation.
Bro, so I've tried to I've went on.
CIA going to shut you down, mate.
So to be clear to everybody here, I have went on to Dominance MMA's website, and I have formally requested to speak with Ali. And I didn't expect to, but I have gotten no reply. So I have twice I have submitted. So there is no world where I didn't give Ali a chance to come in and defend anything I'm saying. And I am also only stating things for the most part that are actually documented in police reports and made public record. I'll like when we're going through it, I'll post all the links and you guys will be able to look at the police reports and shit while I'm talking about it. I'm trying to get myself really organized for that one because it's dude, it's just not fucking believable. It's just not believable. Motherfucker got $250,000 a year to be a snitch. You know how he started Dominance MMA? I'll give you one guess. With his snitch money. That's not a lie. He started it while he was still actively snitching.
I was going to guess Suge Knight, to be honest with you.
What's that?
Said I was going to guess Suge Knight, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I heard you. Someone else said
something. I was going to say, I was just saying, I wonder if his fighters know about him or if they don't give a shit.
It's impossible that they haven't at least heard, and he probably just sells it off as bullshit, but like, I don't know. It's not even like a bash Ali thing. Like, I actually would like to talk to him. Like, there's some things that are reported. They're not questionable. Like, there's police reports. There's his ID. There's his mugshots. But, like, some of this shit just doesn't make any sense. Even if he was doing all the things that he was doing.
I will say this. I've never seen a plunger stick to somebody's head quite like his.
Well, I have gotten ready to shut everything down here. It takes me a minute. I actually run like fucking 4 screens to try and record it, and time it, and do all this dumb shit. Probably sound like shit today if you boys can't tell. I've got the worst head cold I've probably ever had. This shit is ridiculous. I'm gonna call it a night, man. I don't know what time it is where you guys are at, but it's 3:15 here. It's supposed to start snowing if it hasn't already, and I gotta drive my kids to school in about 4 hours. So I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
All right, bro.
You guys have a good one.
Not everybody. Have a good one, guys.
Cheers, fellas.
Yeah, good meeting you guys.
You too, brother. Feel free to come back, man. We ain't held up on Terrence being here, bro. Just feel free to come back.
I'll be back. I'll be back for sure, man. It's hard to find knowledgeable fight fans.
Yeah, you didn't even hear us get heated. You just heard us talk about futures. You didn't even hear us get heated too much, bro.
Shit. Well, let's get it next week.
Next week's John Jones, bro. I'm not even planning anything for after the card. I'm not. Anyways, boys.